Welcome to this ServiceNow demonstration. This demonstration is geared for those of us who are new to the UCLA instance of ServiceNow. Many organizations use ServiceNow and most customize the application to fit the needs of their organizations. So you likely notice differences in the UCLA instance as opposed to other instances you may have used in the past. In this demonstration, we'll go over some of the things that you need to know when using ServiceNow as an ITIL user. In this case, the ITIL reference indicates you have full licensed access to the system. We'll go over how to open tickets, how to work your tickets, which includes categorizing the ticket. It also includes setting the correct ticket type. And for tickets, this would be classifying the ticket as an incident versus a service request. We'll go over how to document your tickets. Also how to use the ticket to communicate. ServiceNow enables us to use the ticket itself to communicate with others. We can use the ticket to communicate with our customers, with internal staff, and anyone else involved with the customer's issue or request. We'll go over how to assign and reassign tickets. We'll also cover how to resolve and close tickets. In the UCLA instance of ServiceNow, completed tickets are placed in the resolved state. The resolved state gives our customers a 5-day window to determine if their issue or request has been resolved to their expectations. If not, our customers can reopen the ticket by simply replying to the resolution email. The resolved state also gives us a chance to make other updates to the ticket. After the 5-day window has passed, if no action has been taken to reopen the ticket will be permanently closed. We'll go over templates and how they're created and used. We'll also cover some other basic system navigation. ServiceNow is a cloud application and is available from anywhere you have internet access. In order to log in, you must have a valid AD account. If you are off-site, you will also need Duo in order to get into the system. The user-friendly URL is servicenow.mednet.ucla.edu. The user-friendly URL will resolve to uclahsprod.service-now.com. ServiceNow works with most browsers, but Google Chrome is recommended. Internet Explorer is discouraged due to its known performance issues with ServiceNow. If you like, you can follow along in our test instance. If you currently have the production instance open, you can quickly get to the test instance by changing only the PROD portion of the URL to TEST. Press enter and you will be redirected to log in to the test instance. Log in using the same AD credentials that you will use in the production instance. The test instance is a periodic clone of the production instance. However, it is not a live instance. You may create tickets and try different things in tests. Just remember not to confuse the two instances. For example, if you forget to close the test instance, you could end up creating tickets in test while thinking you're working in the production instance. Those tickets would not be available in the actual production instance. Whenever using test, it is a good idea to use a different browser. For example, if you're using Chrome for your production instance, use another browser like Firefox when using test. ServiceNow is a very powerful and dynamic application and has many features, but for the purposes of this demonstration, we will focus on ticket management. Now let's go over some of the application elements. The UCLA Health logo in the top left corner is your home button. Clicking it will return you to your default landing page or dashboard. Click the user menu to access your profile. This is where you can update your contact information, including your location and phone number. These updates take effect immediately. This is a global search icon. It searches all the tables and applications that you have access to. The global search icon is also used to open tickets to ensure you have the full ITIL view of the ticket. Click the settings icon to access your display settings. Under the General tab, the Home settings should be set to Dashboards. Home pages are the legacy version of dashboards. Dashboards are more flexible and give you more control over how your information is displayed and shared. Under the Forms section, you have the option to display all the fields on your form as a single page, or you can choose to view your pages with some sections organized into tabs. For better performance, leave the related list loading options set to after the form loads. This tells the system to load your tabbed items or related items, which are usually toward the midsection or the bottom of the page, after the rest of the form loads. Changing this setting may cause your instance to load slightly slower. Under the Notifications tab, you can toggle certain notifications on or off. Avoid turning off all notifications. Notifications are grouped by the tables from which they are generated. The most common notification will come from the ticket application. You may scroll down to the ticket section to view or update these notifications. Keep in mind that others, such as your coworkers, queue managers, or even your customers, may be expecting you to receive certain notifications. It is a good idea not to adjust your notifications unless you are sure of the changes that you're making. Later, when you're more familiar with the notifications, check the ServiceNow knowledge base on articles for updating your notifications. The far left panel is a navigator. The navigator displays all the applications and modules that you have access to. The navigator filter only applies to the left navigator. You can quickly get to applications and modules that you need. For example, if you would like to quickly get to the reports module, type the word reports into the navigator filter. All the items displayed in the navigator are now reports related. Be sure to clear the navigator filter to display all items again. The navigator filter can be collapsed or expanded by clicking this arrow. When the navigator is collapsed, your favorites will still be available. The first tab holds all the applications and modules that you have access to. Double-clicking the tab will collapse or expand the entire applications list. The items at the higher level are referred to as the applications. The items at the lower level are referred to as the modules. Notice that hovering over the right side of any application or module will display the favorites icon. Selecting the favorites star will add those items to your favorites list. You can remove the favorites by deselecting the star, or you can remove the favorites directly from the favorites panel. It is recommended to favorite items at the module level and not at the application level. Favorite the items that you regularly use. Favorites can also be added by drag and drop. Any item that is linked, for example, this ticket here has a link, can be dragged and dropped onto the navigator, which will add it to your favorites. The favorites tab does not need to be selected. Again, any linked item, such as the support group, can be dragged and dropped anywhere into the navigator to add them to your favorites. You can also create favorites directly from a ticket. For example, I have this ticket open. If I'd like to favorite the ticket, I could right-click on the header, choose Create Favorite, or I could do the same by clicking on the additional actions icon and by choosing Create Favorite. You could call it whatever you like, but in this case, I'll name it after the customer. That way, when the customer calls back, I can quickly get to this ticket by clicking on the favorite. After creating your favorites, you can customize your favorites by clicking on this pencil. Any list in ServiceNow, be it a list of users, a list of computers, or a list of tickets as I have here on the screen, can be added as a favorite. To use the breadcrumbs to create a favorite, simply click and hold down on the very last word of the favorite and drag and drop it anywhere on the navigator. Whenever you create a new favorite, it will show at the very bottom of your favorites list. Click the pencil to customize your favorite or change its position in the list. The attachments icon is shown at the very top of the ticket or form. Attachments can be added just as you would in any other application by browsing and locating the file. Attachments can also be dragged and dropped directly from your computer. Drag and drop the attachment anywhere into the ticket and it will be added to the attachments section. All attachments are stored at the very top of the ticket and can be managed by clicking the attachment icon again. If you'd like to remove an attachment, click the checkbox, then click Remove. As a new ITIL user, you have or soon will have ITIL access. ITIL means your profile has full license access to the system. As an ITIL user, you want to work from the Service Desk application. Under the Service Desk module is where you can find your queues. The queues are where you can find work that is assigned to you or your group. There are two queues that you want to be mindful of. My group's unassigned work is your group's queue. This is where you can find all the tickets, tasks, and other work that has been assigned to your group that needs to be assigned to someone for processing. Each group should have at least one person who is designated queue manager. The queue manager monitors the queue and assigns the tickets and tasks accordingly.